And just while you get comfortable, just a reminder that you don't need to keep looking at the screen unless you want to, because we look at screens far too often these days, and I know it's tiring, so don't feel that you have to keep looking at the screen. And as always, please only do what feels right for you. So work with kindness, listening to your body and what feels right for you. I'm here to guide you, I'm not here to instruct you. And hopefully you can take that idea off the mat that anything should be about your decision and your empowerment. So I wanted to cover deep rest today because I know it's something that many of us struggle with. And I wanted to look at why that is so that we can maybe begin to tackle that so that you can access a deeper state of rest. Because, of course, when we can rest deeply, then that also engenders a deep state of healing. And interestingly, in Ayurveda, they talk about rest increasing kapha, which is one of the earth elements. And when we increase kapha, that helps the immune system. And I think if we're ill or burnt out, tired or stressed, before we look at anything, there are lots of things like breathing and diet and sunshine and all kinds of other things. But the very first thing we need to access is rest. But for some of that remains something that's difficult. And I just want to also kind of introduce this by saying, in case you're not aware of this, which you might not be, that the concept of yoga is to have a quiet mind. Now, a lot of people think these days that yoga is about doing fancy gymnastics or it's about the postures. And interestingly, while I was away, I met somebody who was doing yoga. Some of you know I've just been away on holiday, and she was doing a kind of yoga where everything is all about the posture and how precise you are, with the teacher shouting at her if she didn't do it right. And I'm just horrified at that because that's actually quite a long way from the original teachings of yoga. So the second Yoga Sutra says yoga chitta vritti nirodha, which means that yoga comes about when the mind is peaceful. So I'm just saying that as the foundation because this is what we are aiming for. We're aiming for a quiet mind. Now, the problem is that our mind can be very busy, and there's two basic reasons for this that I want to explore today. The first might be because we have a history of trauma and we don't feel safe in our bodies. Now, I can't completely cover that today, but I can kind of introduce how we might begin to go about this. And the second one is something that's familiar to all of us, which is that we become addicted to doing. We don't stop between our activities, and we push and we achieve. And this is what in yoga is called a samskara. It's a habit. It's something that I have myself. I know that I am an overachiever, so it's something that I work with. So the very first thing I want to say to you is if you have a busy mind, don't let it attack you. You do not need to believe your thoughts. And that can be a huge relief to think that we don't need to believe our thoughts. So I'm just going to ask you, before we actually really go ahead with the practice, just close your eyes if that's comfortable for you and think, is there something now I'm believing which is making me stressed or agitated? And do I know it's true? Can I maybe not believe it and not add to the story? Because when we begin to step back from the mind and observe our thoughts, we start to see that we're always building on stories, we're always future orientated, and often that future is quite negative, it's in despair. But actually, we want to replace that with hope, or at least to stay present. So I'm just asking you this question again. Is there something that your mind is telling you which you can maybe not believe, let go of, and maybe be a little bit more relaxed about? In other words, don't let the mind attack you. And we're going to do 2 short breath practices. So as you are lying now, or even if you're sitting, however you are, just take a moment or 2 to observe how your body is. How is your mind? How are your emotions? How is your energy? Now, what happens when we come to a yoga practice like this, or maybe in our meditation, we start this observation and then we bring about the inner critic. And we go, oh my goodness, my mind's too active, it's too agitated, I'm feeling overwhelmed with sadness or busyness, that feeling of rush, I've got to rush and do the next thing, I haven't really got time to stop and do this yoga, I'd just go and tidy something before I come back. All that feeling is the mind attacking us. But see, instead of resisting it, if you can allow it. So what we're doing just for this moment, we're allowing the fatigue. We're allowing any pain. We're allowing any agitation. And we're just trying to be with it. And then we start to watch it with curiosity and not judgment. So we're doing our best to be with everything kindly. And then we're going to take 5 or 3 to 5 breaths. Remember, everything is a choice. And we're going to hum the breath out because this has that very positive effect on our nervous system. So inhale through the through the nose. And exhale through pursed lips. In your own breathing tone, 3 to 5 times, just hum the breath out. And now we're going to try another breath practice. So we're going to take 2 sniffs through the nose and then blow the air out through our mouth as if we're blowing out through a straw. So 2 sips in through the nose and then blow the air out. And again, do that 3 to 5 times. And then just observe if that's had any effect on you, however subtle that is. Just observe if there's any difference, mind, body, emotions. And if there isn't any difference, that's fine too. Remember, we are observing this. It's almost like we're taking a step back on an eagle's perch, just watching what's happening. And then we're going to take one hand to the heart, the other to the belly. And if we can, we're going to breathe through the nose because, again, that has many beneficial effects on our nervous system. And we're going to slow the breath down, breathing very gently so the tummy is moving slightly up and down as we breathe. And just focus on the exhalation. So the inhalation is free through the nose if you can. If you can't, don't worry. And the exhalation is long and smooth, if you're able to. And then you can either release the hands back beside the body or keep them where they're at. And just observe, are you criticizing yourself in any way? Are you able to accept how things are in this moment? So, in other words, we're saying yes to our current moment experience, not no, however uncomfortable that is, without criticizing it. We're doing our best to be in a state of acceptance. Now, I said there were two things that make it hard for us to rest. One is being stressed, or we call that now the nervous system being activated. And it's because when we're stressed, or if we're constantly busy, we set up certain chemicals, which I'm sure you know about. So these are chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol, and then other things like dopamine, if we're constantly scrolling, for example, or too much screen time. And these keep us held in a stress pattern. And they can be, as I mentioned, addictive. It can feel uncomfortable to come out of that activation. So just take a moment or two to think how hard you might find it to stop. How addicted you might be to doing. But if you are addicted, again, be kind to this. This isn't a criticism. It's actually the state most of us are in because our society encourages it. And then I mentioned the other thing that can stop us from resting is because we don't feel safe in our bodies, maybe because of trauma. So just while you're lying quietly, I'd like you to think, we've done this before if you come regularly, I'd like you to think about a safe resource that you can have either physically in your body or mentally in your mind. So for any time you don't feel safe, you can bring yourself to that image. So for example, it might be the idea of a person that you can think of that makes you feel safe, a friend, a relative, or very often it's a pet, or it might be a memory of a beautiful place that you've been to, or there might be somewhere in your body that makes you feel safe. So for example, it might be the softness of your palms. For me, it's always my breath, but I know that doesn't work for everybody. But just take a moment or two to think about what makes you feel safe. For some people, it might be a stone that you hold in your hand physically, or something that you hold on to. And then you can use that in the yoga practice here, but also during the week or at any other times. If you're not feeling safe, you can bring yourself back to that safe resource. So I've talked about this addiction of activation, achieving, doing, not stopping. And the antidote to this is the safe resource, and it's just an awareness of what's going on. It's also about slowing the breath down and grounding. So I'd like you now just to observe a sense of where your feet are and the connection with whatever you are resting on. So maybe you've got your knees bent, your soles are on the floor, or maybe your legs are out straight and you've got your heels on the floor. But just take your awareness to the points of contact of your body and what you are resting on. And feel that you're being held safely. And then we're going to do some somatic holds of the upper body, which we've done before quite recently. These are really nice when we need to rest, just to help us to feel a bit safer. So just take your face and cup it in your hands. So you're resting with one hand just cupping each cheek. And take 3 slow breaths here. And then we're going to take one hand to the forehead and one hand behind the lower part of the cranium, just around the neck. And just take 3 to 5 breaths here, just feeling that you are nourishing yourself and holding yourself. Because when we don't feel safe, initially, we might look to others to help us to feel safe. We might want to make safe connection with others. But ultimately, the yoga journey is about feeling safe with the silence inside, which is our true nature. But that might not be possible to access yet. That's fine. Just feel that you're holding yourself with compassion. And then take one hand to the heart, one hand, keep it on the forehead, or if you need to swap your hands around, please do so. And then take 3 breaths here, through the nose if you can. And then we're going to take one hand and place it on the belly, leaving the other hand on the heart. Breathing into the hands on the belly. 3 to 5 slow, quiet breaths here. And then you can either leave the hands where they're at, or maybe you like to leave them on the belly, or you might like to take them beside you with the palms turned up or down. Just adjust yourself so you feel comfortable. And then I'd like you to imagine that you're placing a cloak gently all over your body. And this is a cloak of safety. And imagine what material you might like to use. Is it like soft gossamer or silk or velvet or warm wool, whatever you would like to imagine. And also you might like to imagine the color. And just feel that your cloak and also the support that you're lying on is holding you safely. And again, just take a moment to observe how you are. Without judgments, just with compassion, however your state is. And again, this idea of acceptance, deep acceptance of your present moment experience, good and bad, but you're not labeling anything. And I just said good or bad, but I think, when we're very tired or we're in pain, we tend to label things as they shouldn't be here, they shouldn't be happening. But what we're doing now is our best to accept everything, to say yes to whatever our experience is. And then we're just going to do a couple of really gentle movements. Again, this is only if you would like, everything is your choice. So if you'd like to do something, just to move the body a little, I'd like you to come onto one side with your knees bent and the palms of the hands together in front of you. So I am demonstrating this if you need to look up. And we're doing this particular movement today because it's very grounding, nurturing, and nourishing. So what I should have said is, can we all be on our left side? Because that makes it easier for me when I'm guiding you. So in other words, the right hand is on top of the left. So just become aware of that right hand. And we're going to very gently and slowly start to draw those right hand fingers along the inner left arm. Very slowly, as if we're stroking ourselves to the armpit. And then we're going to draw it across the chest. And as we do this, we're going to roll onto our back and take the right arm out to the right. So the lower body is twisted to the left, the upper body is on the back, open. And just take some resting breaths here. And then when you're ready, you're going to come back. So just fold the elbow, take that right arm back to the right chest. Start to stroke along the chest towards the left armpit. And then slowly, slowly on the inner left arm. And then we bring the palms together. And then you can either rest here or you can take yourself through that again. So listen into your body, feel what your body needs. Would it like to move like this again, or would it like to rest on the side? Just listen, move or rest. And then for the next part of the sequence, we're going to take this top right hand and just take it a little bit further so it's in front of the left hand, and then roll your forehead onto your mat. And rest. And then when you're ready, bring the hands together, bring the side, come back onto the side of the left side of the head. And then for the next movement, we're going to cup the left side of the head in the left hand. Again, do look up if you want to. And then the right hand comes in front of the belly. And then what we're going to do from this position is to push on the heel of the right hand and rock ourselves. And think about rocking yourself gently and soothing yourself. You can make your rocking little or big. You can make it fast or slow. Just tune into what your body is feeling it needs today. And then, when you're ready again, just rest on your left side. And then come, when you're ready, onto your back and just hug the knees into the chest, rock out the spine from side to side. And then we're going to take ourselves through that on the other side. So come onto your right side. I'm just going to flip myself over so you can look at the screen if you need a reminder. But we're going to lie on the right side, knees are bent, arms are straight out in front of us, palms together. So this time, the left palm is on top of the right. Become aware of that top palm. And when you're ready, start to very gently stroke the fingers along the inner right arm, along the chest, and then taking that left arm out to the left. You might feel a bit of a stretch in the shoulder. So this time the lower body is twisted to the right and the upper body is open. Just take some breaths here. You might feel the breath more in the left rib cage because that's more open. And the right side. And then when you're ready, you're going to bend the elbow, take that left palm back to the chest, stroking towards the armpits. Slowly, slowly down the inner right arm, bringing the palms together. And then you can either rest like this, or you can take yourself through that again. Again, really listen into what your body needs. Be kind to yourself, don't push yourself. If you need to rest on your side, please do so. But if you feel it's quite nice to move, do that. But don't compete with yourself, don't push. Do what brings you peace of mind. Remembering, yoga is about a quiet mind. And then when you're ready, as we did on the other side, we're just going to take the top hand and stretch it a little further more, rolling onto our forehead. Resting here. And then bring the palms back together. And then we're going to cup the right side of the head in the right hand, with the left hand in front of the belly. And as you get into this position, again, just feel that you are nurturing and nourishing, cradling your head. And then if you would like, just push on the heel of the hand to rock yourself. in any way that feels soothing and nourishing for you. And then just rest on the side, on your right side. And then when you're ready, come onto your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest, just rocking out the spine from side to side. And then we'll do a little bit of movement in Apanasana. So take the hands either over the knees or below the knees or under the knees. We're going to move with the breath if we can. So breathe in where you are. As you exhale, let the knees float away from you as the elbows straighten. Breathing out, the knees come towards you. Breathing in, knees float away from you, elbows straighten. Breathing out, knees come towards you. And just do this a few times in your own breathing rhythm. And then if you would like, just shake out your arms and your legs. Shake them out, shake everything out. And then get yourself ready for our deep relaxation. So come to lie in a posture that's comfortable for you, but please remember the principles, which are, if you can't rest or you still find it difficult, don't resist it, that's fine. Everything is fine, everything is welcomed. So you might have a deep rest from this, you might not, but just go with it and just accept and enjoy whatever happens, whatever your experience is. Remember your safe resource if you need it. If you have an intention, a sankalpa, you can use that for the Yoga Nidra, something that's set in the present moment. And always remember to come back to your safe resource if you need to. And if you can, to breathe slowly through the nose. I'm just going to turn my camera off while we do the relaxation, and I'll see you on the other side. So just giving yourself time to make yourself really comfortable so you won't need to move. So as always, using cushions or blankets, maybe under your head, under your knees, blankets to keep you warm because the body temperature drops when we relax. Trying to stay still once we start the relaxation, but that's okay if you do need to move. Just feeling yourself in your body here now. So just see if you can adjust yourself to get just 10% more comfortable. I'm going to suggest that you close your eyes, but if you don't want to do that, just soften them so that you feel that you're withdrawing from the sense of sight. And just start by relaxing your face, head, arms and hands, legs and feet, your back, belly and chest. And just for a moment, feel that you are releasing through the exhalation, and that on every out breath, you are relaxing a little bit more. We start our practice of Yoga Nidra now. So just ask your heart, what is my deep desire? Let the answer come rather than thinking about it. And with this intention, just repeat this 3 times to yourself with feeling and meaning. Bring your attention to any sounds around you, distant sounds, close sounds, any inner sounds like your breath or your heart. Again, resist the urge to judge them or identify them. Just observe. Become aware of your body, lying or seated, feeling the points where you touch your support. Feel these points, your connection to Mother Earth, your body and the earth connecting, melting into the earth. Now let your awareness flow through the different parts of your body like a fluid vibrating light. A gentle energy caressing your body everywhere it goes, feeling it soothe, brushing off tension with a silky caress. And let this vibrating energy, prana, flow freely from one part to another, just following it with the sound of my voice. So feel this light relaxing the inside of your mouth. Feel any sensation inside your mouth. Teeth, gums, tongue, jaw, right cheek, left cheek. And now the right ear, left ear. Both ears vibrating with soothing energy. Let it smooth your forehead, gently brushing right eyebrow, left eyebrow, and the space between them. Relax your left eyelid, right eyelid, and then find the place where your eyelids close and meet. Relax right eye, left eye, both eyes, cheekbones, temples, the top of your head, back of the head, the back and front of your neck, inside the throat. Become aware of the nose, right nostril, left nostril. Just feel the prana flowing in with the in-breath through both nostrils and out on the out-breath. Let the light flow down through your left collarbone, left shoulder, shoulder blade, left upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, back of the hand, palm of the left hand, warm with light. Become aware now of your left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Feel the whole left arm and hand radiant, soothed and relaxed. Take the light now up the left arm, across the chest to your right collarbone, down to the right shoulder and shoulder blade, to the upper right arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, back of the hand, palm of the hand, warm with light. Feel it in your thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Feel your whole right arm, radiant, soothed, relaxed. Feel both arms radiant, soothed, completely relaxed. Take this attention to your left side now, left chest, left abdomen, abdominal walls, the sides, left back, left front, the chest and the abdomen relaxing. And then the right side, right chest, right abdomen, abdominal walls, right side, right back, right front. The whole of the chest and abdomen relaxing inside and outside. Top of the right leg, right knee, right calf, right shin, top of the right foot, sole of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth, top of the foot, ankle, shin and calf, right knee, thigh, back of the thigh, right hip. And then down the left side, top of the left leg, left knee, left calf, left shin, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth, top of the foot, ankles, shin and calf, left knee, thigh, back of the thigh, left hip. Feel both legs and pelvis radiant, soothed, completely relaxed. Relax the chest, back of the chest, heart, lungs, diaphragm. The whole body brushed by gentle and radiant light and awareness. Your whole body radiant, soothed, completely relaxed. The whole body at ease, inside and outside. Just be aware of the whole body. The whole body. Now become aware of the rhythm of your natural breath, a calm, slow breath. A gentle inhale of awareness gently lifts the abdomen and slightly the chest. A long and calm exhale completely relaxes your abdomen and chest. If you would rather, just focus on the movements. Be aware of your inhale and exhale. Awareness of energy, awareness of breath, in and out, soothing, radiant, warm. Become aware of the nostrils and breathe equally from both nostrils. Feel the sensation of air inside your nostrils, connecting at your brow point on the inhale and traveling their separate ways on the exhale. We're now going to count downwards from 27, imagining that we're breathing through alternate nostrils. I'm going to start with the left nostril. So inhale left, 27. Exhale right, 27. Inhale right, 26. Exhale left, 26. Inhale left, 25. Exhale right, 25. Inhale right, 24. Exhale right, 24, and so on. If it's too much, just count backwards with the breath, 27 to 1. Continue counting down to 1, feeling your breath flowing in a triangle from nostril to third eye to nostril. Totally present, breathing and counting. If you lose count, if you reach one, begin again from 27. And now leave your counting. Leave your counting. Just rest. Focus on the wide black space behind your eyes. And let go of the thinking mind. Invite into your inner space silence. This might be a feeling, an image, a memory, or it just is. Silence. Feel universal silence. And now visualize the vast, calm ocean, the immense ocean of your consciousness. Let the ocean of your consciousness slowly contract into a single drop of rain, a single drop of water. And now imagine this drop expanding to the infinite, becoming an ocean again. The infinite ocean of all consciousness. Everything, the same thing. And just rest in this unseparate awareness into the universal smile of silence. Now, if you have an intention or a sankalpa, just repeat it 3 times to yourself with meaning, silently to yourself with awareness. Just begin to come back into your body. Be aware of how your body is placed, the position of your body lying. Be aware of your support holding you, keeping your eyes closed. Be aware of the space around you, the touch of your clothes, and the invitation now is to remain resting. Or if you would like to begin to get ready for the rest of the day, just begin to Make very gentle movements with your fingers and toes, still with your eyes closed. And then begin to make larger movements, maybe stretching your arms and your legs. And just to say that, remember that the concept of rest doesn't mean sleep, and that there are plenty of scientific papers showing that Yoga Nidra is actually equivalent to 3 or 4 hours of very restful deep sleep. In many cases, a relaxation like this can be more refreshing than sleep, even if you didn't sleep. So remember, I said at the beginning to accept your experience, to allow everything to be as it is. So hopefully you feel rested, but if not, that's okay too. We're saying yes to everything. Yes to everything. And when you're ready, roll to one side and just stay there for a moment or two. And then when you're ready, and if you like, come up to a comfortable sitting position. So as always, we need to give ourselves plenty of time to come back to waking consciousness. So don't rush to do anything after the class, but just to help us come back, rub your hands together, palm your eyes. So blinking the eyes, open and close into the softness of your palms. This actually helps to relax the eyes. And it can be quite nice just to tap around the face, just to feel your body. And then just look around your space, feeling that you are connecting with your space, that you are part of the furniture, part of everything that is here. Just beginning to come back. And then, as always, doing whatever it takes to bring yourself back. So if that's clapping your hands or walking around your space, please feel free to do that. And then I thought I would close the practice with a chant. Usually you're chanting with me, but because at the beginning of the practice I was talking about the second Yoga Sutra, I thought it might be quite nice for you to listen to it chanted. So you remember I said at the beginning of the practice that yoga is about the mind becoming quiet. The various translations for yoga, Chitta, Vritti, Nirodha. The vrittis are like the activities of the mind. It said that when these activities become still, then we can experience yoga. So I'd like to chant that to you if you'd like to listen. So just come to a comfortable sitting position. And if you like, you can take your hands to the Namaste Mudra at the heart or have your hands on your heart. And I'm going to chant it 3 times to close the practice. Yoga Chitta vritta nirodha. Yoga Chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga Chitta vritti nirodha. So just feel that chant creating the peace and the silence. Remembering that we're not really aiming for anything because that becomes a goal, but if we are aiming for anything, it is for a quiet, peaceful mind, nothing else. No striving, no pushing, and certainly not trying to make bendy shapes with our yoga, just a quiet, peaceful mind. So with that said, I wish you all a very quiet and peaceful week ahead. Please stay away from the news. It's far too agitating. And I send you lots of love, and I look forward to seeing you whenever you can make it. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. Namaste, meaning the divine that's in me greets the divine that's in you. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye.